Hello and welcome to the second video lesson from the Corsa Ballet for Everyone, which is a great and fun workout for achieving a nice dancer's body with ballet exercises. Today we'll continue with the plie movement, adding yet another new move, tendu. The tendu itself looks like extension of the foot and the entire leg forward. I will turn on to the side first, and then I will face the camera so that you would be able to see it from different perspectives. It looks like this. You have to activate the foot strongly. You shouldn't leave it anywhere near halfway from the ground. You also should not peel the foot off the floor. It slides on the ground all the time, as strongly as you can. I'm not sure if you need to do the movement on the mat, even if you have a smooth floor surface at home, but using a mat will make it a lot easier. Then again, if you are advanced and have some experience, this grip of the mat could also be helpful. Okay, let's see the tendu move. Don't put the leg on top. Instead, you should try to extend the leg forward, and the knee should be fully extended at all times. Imagine that you want to reach your toes somewhere ahead, and we can move our legs back and forth without changing anything. When the leg is forward, do not lean backwards, and when the leg is to the side, do not lean the other way. When the leg is moving backwards, do not let the torso go forward. Nothing in the torso should indicate that the lower body is working. Let's try it. Let's start with the right leg first, extending forward 3 times. Again, you have a choice for the hands. You can leave them on either side of the body, you can hold them in a preparatory position, or you could keep them relaxed down. For the moment, I'll choose to leave the arms relaxed on either side of the body. Slightly relax the knees. Lift the heels a little. You can move forward by slightly pressing on the toes. You won't hurt your ankles, I promise. The good thing about this particular tendu movement and these foot exercises is that they develop tremendous mobility in the ankles, and thus reduces the probability of spraining your ankles when the muscles there are working. Okay. On the inhale, bring the right leg forward and in. Try not to look down at it, so that the weight wouldn't go forward. Gaze forward instead, and nicely pull up the body. Good. Let's change with the left leg. Breathe forward, tuck the pelvis in. Bring the leg as forward as possible, and retract. The pelvis is active and so are the glute muscles. Let's also try with 3 movements to the sides. And make sure that when the leg goes to the side, the ankle doesn't drop down, it is active. Imagine that someone grabs your leg and just stretches it to the sides. Now, let's try it with the left leg, move it to the sides and back in the center. When retracting, do not bring the feet together and leave a small space between them. Now I'll turn around, so that you could see me doing it on the back side. The weight is on the left leg, and we're working with the right leg. Again, you can put your arms on your hips, just to make sure that your torso doesn't lean forward. Now let's move the leg back. Keep a contact between the foot and the mat, or the floor, all the time. That's how your foot will become stronger and more active. Let's change the legs. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now, let's try to pick up the pace a little. The tendu move can be done in reverse position. Today, we will do it in closed position only. When we're in an open position, then the heels and toes will be leading. Now let's go a little further and try to pick up the pace. Tendu forward and retract, forward and retract. You should be able to hear the noise of your foot moving on the floor. Now let's change the left foot, forward and back, forward and back. Last time, retract the right foot to the side. 1, 2, left foot, 3, 1, 2, 3, and backwards. Right foot, back and retract. Back and retract. I hope that you can hear that noise coming from the foot sliding on the mat. This is the right pace and tempo for the exercise. Okay, We've just done the Tanju move, forward, sideways and backward. Since we are also familiar with the plie from the previous lesson, we will add it to the sequence now. Let's lean forward and bend the knees, and inhale lifting up. On the exhale, bring the legs forward while keeping the left knee bent and retract. Bend, stretch and extend forward. When one of the legs is stretched forward, sideways or backward, the supporting leg should be bent. Let's lift the leg up. The knees are extended. Bring the right foot forward, bend the left knee. And let's lift it up. Lift the left leg up. Plie and lift up. Bend the knee, bring the left leg forward and retract. Again. Plie up. Plie, bring the left foot out and retract. Feel your hips strong and active. Plie, bring the foot to the side and retract it back. Now, let's bring it to the back. Plie. If you have a mirror at home, it's very convenient and useful to practice somewhere near the mirror, so that you can see how your movements look like. Whereas this is not allowed in yoga. In ballet, it is obligatory to watch yourself in the mirror. Now, let's bend the knees, stretch and retract back. Plie and stretch. And now draw the leg and retract. Bend the knees and stretch them. Right leg back, bend the left knee and stretch. Plie. Stretched knees. Now let's do it with the left leg. Draw it back without letting the shoulders go forward. Plie, pull back, gather. Plie, pull back, gather. Super. Now we want to repeat it once more, and this time we can try to slightly speed the tempo up and move the leg directly forward without the plie between the other elements. Gather and stretch, gather and stretch. Let's do 6 repetitions, as the pace will be a little faster. Okay. The right leg goes forward, lift. Forward and lift. Forward, and the left knee is bent all the time. Forward, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg. 1, 2, 3. Your shoulders and gaze shouldn't move. Be aware of the movement of your right knee. Retract and move to the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and retract. Right leg back. Remember to keep a good solid contact between the foot with the floor. And now, let's change the legs. 1, 2, 3. Stretch the feet. 4, 5, 6. Great. Let's sit down now. One of the most important things in this type of exercise and workouts is to really pay attention to your feet. So now we're going to move them slightly. In ballet, we call padyam the stretched feet forward. You've certainly heard it referred to as pointed feet, but the term pointed feet itself is more commonly used in rhythmic gymnastics. In ballet, we rather call it a padyam, so with any of the next videos, when I tell you padyam, you will know what I mean. And now let's stretch the right foot forward. I don't know about you, but my feet are already a bit tired. Nicely activate the feet several times like this. Just be careful not to let your big toes point to the inside, because that twists the ankle, so you'd rather point them to the outside. Let's do it several times more. Okay, great. Let's lift the feet up and activate the toes. Activate the toes as much as you can, imagining they hold a pencil or a pen. And release. This is also a very good exercise, and especially if you want to have healthy feet and toes, you may do it every evening while watching a movie. Squeeze the toes nicely. And hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You should already feel warming up. Okay, pull your arms up, take a breath and relax forward towards the legs on the exhale. Gaze forward, to the toes. You know, you can keep your knees bent. You don't have to overstretch them. They don't have to touch the floor. Super! You can lift up. That was our video lesson for tendu and plié. Generally, those movements can be combined in a variety of repetitions and ways. And the purpose of this course is to introduce you to the particular movements so that you can combine them further on freely and even do a longer personal workout that includes several consecutive classes. Thank you, and see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this ballet class.